So what's going on a Nifty daily time frame? As you can see here, Nifty is quite close to its all-time high. As you can see here, if I had to map the all-time high from here, we are maybe approximately around 1.8 to 2% away from all-time high. Right? I would say somewhere around 2% away from all-time high. So that's not bad. In fact, because of the what do you call that? Because of the Bihar elections, we had a little bit of volatility, but I think now we're absolutely fine. And the result that came out with Bihar elections was quite clear, quite sweeping kind of clear. So I think now the market should be okay. Again, there are a couple of things in the market that are completely clear. For example, the India-US tariff should be fine now. Most of the things also are better in the market. The GST cuts have happened. So, and if you looked at the result season that has happened this time, you would have noticed something, that result season this time has been very, very, very interesting, right? Because the results have actually been quite good of most companies. And this is not even the best quarter, because the best quarter is coming in the next quarter, right? Where all your GST cuts have going to be implemented. So I think Nifty is doing really well. But at the same time, if I look at the Nifty midcap index, right now, this was 1% away, right? Nifty midcap index has actually reached its all-time high. Okay, Nifty midcap 150 has actually come very, very, very close to all-time high. So midcap are doing well, large cap are doing well, but there is one player that is not doing well, and that is the Nifty small cap universe. Look at this guy. Poor guy is so far, far, far away from his all-time high. Look at this. He's almost 10%, 9% away from his all-time high. That means it is very clear that the money that is flowing in into the system right now, into the market, is mainly in the large cap and in the mid cap territory. It is not coming into the small cap territory. Eventually it will come into the small cap, but right now the large and mid are taking over most of the market. Now, why is this the case? This is mainly because your DIIs are investing now, FIIs have not come into the system, and retail audience, which is supposed to invest in small cap, are busy playing IPO, Russian roulette, right? And most of these IPOs that are coming are taking all the liquidity out of the market. These huge, huge IPOs that are coming, they're just taking all the liquidity out, and all of you guys are either playing listing gains or just trying to hold it for a long period of time. Hence, the small cap index is actually not moving, but the mid and large cap have come to a point where they can now go to an all-time high breakout. Yes, PF is so boring. Chirag is saying no profit, no loss. It is boring, right? But we are very close to the point where it should not be boring, and it should start going into a good zone very soon. So this is basically what I'm looking at. If we look at Street Pulse, okay, what's going on with the Street Pulse? This is something we share with our community members. So gold is doing a very interesting phenomenon. I don't know how many of you have seen gold bees or just gold. But if you see coming back here, gold is doing something interesting. Gold is doing a pullback rally, right? So gold actually went up. As we all know, in the last few weeks, everyone was talking too much about gold. Same with silver, too much about silver, and it went up to an all-time high, showed some weakness here, fell down, right? And now it has come back almost to 105, and it is very close from its all-time high. But at the same time, if you look at the silver, let's not look at silver from here. Let me show you silver. One second. Let me show you silver normally. If you see silver over here, you will see that silver also is very close to its all-time high breakout. It's just taking a pause moment right now. So both gold and silver are looking very aggressively well, and should give at least 2 to 3% of returns over the next few days, right? So this is what the assumption is, that gold and silver should do well. Crude oil is still struggling to maintain its level. USD INR has become stronger, so USD has become stronger. INR has weakened a little bit. Bitcoin is still under 200-day moving average. There is some heavy liquidation going on with Bitcoin, right? If you see Bitcoin, this is how it looks today. Look at this. Look at this drop in Bitcoin. Very sad, right? Look at this drop in Bitcoin, this daily. So Bitcoin clearly has entered stage 3. It might go into stage 4, which is basically the bad stage that you don't think, you don't want the market to be aligned with. So Bitcoin is not doing well. All the other oil coins will immediately follow them also. So that is not doing well, right? So this is something that you'll have to be very careful of. Yes, there have been good earnings coming in, but keeping in mind what is going on with Bitcoin and all of that, Bitcoin is not doing really well right now. There's a lot of liquidation going on. There's a lot of volatility going on in the market, and that is something that we should stay away from as of moment, right? Overall, if you look at the top gainers and losers, we have seen the Nifty banking index doing really well. Whether it is private banking or whether it is public sector banking, they have done very, very, very well over the last few weeks, right? We have also seen healthcare coming alive, and we have seen a little bit of pharma coming alive. And this I will go deeper into as to what are the different sectors we are looking at right now. And when we play momentum, because as you know, I play momentum in the small case that we have, that has been doing really well, right? So if you see the Q small case, which is the quant momentum small case, we have now got an outperformance of almost 5%, 5.56% over the index, almost 5% over the index. That too over the equity mid and small cap index, right? But equity mid and small is not moving. So even if I look at the large cap, we are still at an outperformance right now. So any kind of index you look at, it looks good only. But here it's mainly an all cap because we have more of mid and small. Hence, 80% of the portfolio is mid and small. That's why it shows mid and small in that thing. But even on a mid and small basis, we are outperforming that point, right? So it is very difficult. The market has been very choppy, and it's very difficult to stay at a slightly higher end of outperforming as well. So this is something that is there. Yes, for some people asking questions about small case, we'll take it later. We don't have to do it right now. Okay. Next, America. So US market has taken a nice dip. For all the people who are tracking the US market, here you go. US market is taking a beautiful dip here. And these are multiple triggers that are going on with the US market. Number one is that whole Michael Burry incident that happened. A lot of people who are thinking that he's shutting down his fund, please note, do not fall into basics of market manipulation. He's not shutting down his fund. He has deregistered his fund so that he does not have to file 13F, which he has to keep filing. His 13F means he has to disclose his holdings. So he's making another structure where he does not have to file his 13F, and he does not have to tell people what he's doing and how much is he short and all of that, right? Because abhi bahut scrutiny aa raha hai. A lot of people that don't even know anything about US just keep typing stuff over there. But US market is not doing well. It fell down. Now the shutdown is over, so hopefully it should recover. So if it recovers, you can play a point up to all-time high. If it doesn't recover, there is a very high chance it can go down to the reverse gear, right? It can go down to the 100-day moving average. So this is what is happening right now. Coming to the next companies. Yes, this company did really well. So Muthoot Finance came out with their earnings. The earnings was phenomenal, right? I don't know if you guys saw it. The earnings was amazing. Look at this. Stage 2, 62 days of stage 2 going on. The earnings has been phenomenal. The stock has been in absolute momentum. Obviously now it is overextended, way above the 20-day moving average. So either mean reversion will happen or 20-day moving average will eventually catch up. But Muthoot Finance as a company, only because gold has also been doing really well. All the gold finance companies, whether it is Muthoot, whether it is Chola, fundamentally their result has come out quite good, right? And fundamentally they are in that momentum zone right now, as you can see. So fundamentally both are doing well, mainly from this perspective. So that is what it's coming in the weekly pulse, that Muthoot Finance earnings have been good, and as expected, as and when the gold is doing well, they are also doing well. Jane Echo is gaining strength again. This is something we saw in the mining space. MCX was at an all-time high breakout, still is struggling to break out, but very close. GMDC losing momentum, absolutely lost momentum here. It was in peak momentum mode actually, but then suddenly started losing momentum, and it's not looking good right now. Nifty 50 I showed you, Nifty small cap I showed you, Nifty auto leading sector. So leading sectors I'll come to, right? So if you look at how what are the top sectors right now, if I go to sector analytics, I will see that near 52-week high, what are the sectors where most of the sectors are looking good and it is near 52-week high? That is somewhere around auto sector and financial services. These two are right now nearly above, close to 52-week high, which is less than 5% away from 52-week high. And if I go here and let's say we go to PSUs are doing really well. Let's go to private banks because they have not performed. Just look at the charts here. See this? Oh, RBL has made an inside bar. Interesting. So RBL is looking interesting, right? RBL looks good. DCB is playing up post earnings speed, right? Breakout, consolidate, breakout. Second leg is going on in DCB, right? This is actually doing a consolidation. South Indian Bank right now. Breakout, consolidate, breakout, consolidate. Come here and then can be a breakout. Very interesting. CUB is doing well, but RBL looks good. I think we have RBL in one of our. I think we have RBL in one of our baskets. Yeah, we have RBL in one of our baskets, right? I think in Q basket we have RBL. But yes, it's setting up perfectly. From what I can see here, RBL is setting up very well. And this is in momentum. I told you, financial services is in the momentum, and this momentum will go on for quite some time. It is not going to stop right now. I think at least 2 to 3 weeks momentum should continue. Coming to auto, I think we're almost at the lag end of the momentum. Most of the results are coming well, but next quarter results also will be very good. But if you see, most of the setups have started losing steam and momentum. Very few companies like SJS is there, Gabriel was there. I think Gabriel has also lost momentum. See, gone. So in auto, the momentum is going. TVS Holdings, so very few setups looking good, like TVS Holdings and SJS. But what is gaining strength from what we are seeing right now, IT is doing a weird comeback. Okay, IT is doing a weird comeback, and pharma healthcare is also doing a slight comeback over here. So if I show you pharma and healthcare, very interesting that see how the momentum's coming out. Again, here momentum's playing out on Zota, momentum's playing out in Loris, momentum's playing out in Newland. So we are seeing a small reversal coming here. And if I look at the relative strength, right, apart from the auto, metal, mining, financial, if healthcare is at fourth, fifth position, and power is at sixth position, right? So my job is to also look at these ones and how fast they can come towards the momentum zone right now. So I'm seeing a lot of change happening in IT. I'm seeing a lot of change happening in pharmaceutical sector. Power sector, not so much, because power sector is really volatile. I think you might have also seen it. Many of you guys have power sector stocks also that are not performing really, really well, right? Coming to industry analysis, okay, if you look at the industry based sectors, like who are the sectors that are doing well, let me show you with respect to last 1 week performance. Paints have been doing very well from an industry standpoint. Paints, you saw Asian Paints result came out. You guys remember Asian Paints result came out? We saw Asian Paints coming out there. Yes. So Asian Paints, I'll show you the chart as well on Asian Paints. Look at this. This is how Asian Paints is looking right now. Okay, Asian Paints had a gap, a massive gap over here. From here to here, Asian Paints had a nice 7.5% gap, and it was rotating here for a very long period of time, did some strength, and then from there, Asian Paints just went flying up, and it's up 12%, mainly because the result of Asian Paints actually came out well after a very long period of time. So when people don't expect you to give good result and you suddenly give good result, this is what happens in the market. That is why it's very interesting to look at what sector is gaining momentum. Like paints is still so far away from its all-time high, but the whole paint industry, if you go inside and see all the companies here, they're actually gaining momentum. Like Circa Paints is like in momentum right now. Asian Paints has started momentum, but you see Indigo Paints also went up. Berger Paints also went up. So whole paints industry has suddenly got up and has come into the mode of being alive, right? Very interesting. But this is why I mean, this is why data is so important, because I look at these type of data to make assumptions and understanding of the market. Right now, paints is doing well. Investment banking and broking is also there. If you ignore the upper circuit, lower circuit stocks, Anand Rathi has done really well. Anand Rathi stockbroker, which came out with an IPO, that kind of did really well, right? I'll show you. Anand Rathi stockbroker. Look at this. This is doing really well. Typical IPO-based breakout. We did the first breakout over here. Then the second leg took a longer duration, but the second leg happened here. And now it's just on its journey to God knows where. Also, this was very undervalued, but because the result was not good, I thought it would not go up, but it actually proved many people wrong, and it started going up as well, right? And many good IPO-based setups are coming in the market. Let me show you some if I can. I don't want to show you all, but then I won't be able to buy. But let me show you some, right? Yeah, this looks good. EPAC looks good. EPAC prefab looks good. See this. EPAC is doing a similar way of doing things. As you can see, this was the first range breakout, right? First range breakout is here. Second range breakout is here. Third is it's setting up the third range breakout. And every time it does a range breakout, the range usually goes to around 30-35%. Second range breakout was here, went around 17%. Usually it keeps losing steam. The more you do this, the more it loses steam. The third one, even if it does, it might go max to around 10%, right? Because usually the steam keeps going out more and more. When it's still going up, it keeps going on as well. So this is something that we are also looking at. Very interesting company. ARSBL is gone. Euro Pratik is gone. One more was there. Very interesting company. Rubicon just took off yesterday. Very good company. I did some research on it as well. Rubicon also yesterday just took off, right? You see this? And obviously you couldn't have timed this because it just opened up and it went up. So you could not have timed this well. It had no indication of timing because it was looking not great. But Rubicon actually has done a base breakout right now. So again, very interesting going on here. So the sad part is whatever I show you, I cannot buy for the next 5 days according to SEBI laws. So whatever I'm showing you, I don't have it, or I cannot buy it for the next 5 days. So that means till Friday, I cannot buy these companies. Okay. Sad, no? SEBI rules are, to make it fair, it's very fair, but also for you guys, it's very good that way. Um, yeah, so coming back to this one. So broking is looking good, right? Broking is looking good, but I would say the main game is currently being played right now with it has suddenly started coming back into the fray. I don't know if you guys saw this, but HCL Tech, right? HCL Tech kind of did a nice recovery this week, and they're all recovering from absolute lows, right? Not just that, HCL Tech is now doing like a inverse head and shoulder pattern, not exactly an inverse head and shoulder, but they are trying to break out, right? It tried an inverse head and shoulder here also, but then failed miserably. Now it's coming to a range breakout over here, and if it does continue the breakout, eventually the first breakout was here. If it sustains, it should go till here, is what the logic is, right? They did take a very big fall for a very long period of time, but again, nothing great about it. Let me look at some questions. Sorry, I was not seeing the questions, guys. What are your questions? Thoughts on Groww? Yeah, I don't mind. Just because I don't have Groww, I didn't get allotment. I told you, no. I tried for allotment, absolutely tried for allotment, did not get allotment. So I'm just waiting for it to like consolidate, but I will definitely pick it as a part of my long-term portfolio. Mostly on my son's portfolio, not my portfolio. I would put it in my son's portfolio and just leave it, because Groww again would be what do you call that? Groww again would be having the broking business. They have the MTF business. They have the lending business. They have the AMC business. So they have 3 to 4 businesses in one. So yes, I would take some time and rebuy. I mean, I don't have it because I didn't get the allotment. I did apply for it, but I don't buy during the IPO days. So I wait for it to consolidate. I usually wait for one more quarter result to come, and then usually I take a call to whether buy it or not. Yeah. What else? Let me just check, because I didn't see the comments only. Cupid is going really aggressive, man. Honestly, it's going a lot. I think it's overextended a little bit, but yeah. Bajaj Finance result was also good, but the problem with Bajaj Finance, see, the good result is, you know what is happening with Bajaj Finance. Remember, in your class, you had a topper who was always topping and getting 99%. That is Bajaj Finance. He always used to top and get 99%. Now he's got 96%, and he's saying next time I might get 94%. Now you might say, "Arey boss, 96% is awesome. Why not do it?" But still, it is a problem here, right? That is what the problem that's happening with Bajaj Finance. Overachiever problem is going on. Rate my strategy. Tata Power is not moving at all. Sell entire stake, relocation, consumption premium. First of all, I think Chirag, I don't think. I mean, if you have a diversified portfolio, you should never worry about one single stock. No, I mean, if I have 100 rupees and I put only 10 rupees in Tata Power and then 90 rupees in consumption premiumization, then I should not be worrying about this. The only problem is if you have not allocated your whole basket properly. If you put all your money into Tata Power, obviously you'll have anxiety, stress. You'll never hold it for a long period of time. Ideally, keep as many breakups as possible in your thing, right? HDFC came down 100-day moving average. Okay, let's check. Let me check. HDFC Bank का क्या हो रहा है? HDFC Bank 100-day. Really? Let me check. Let me put the moving average. Yes, it is down below, but it's just consolidating. It is I would not even call it 100-day, 100-day. It is a range bound stock. Look at this. This is the range. It is not breaking the range. It is not going up. It's not going down. So nothing is happening here. I think it is right there. Yeah. What else? What else, guys? Bajaj Finance, yes. Aditya, when would you open the 7-bar framework again? Really would like to join. Aditya, we're planning to open it next month, December. I think a few slots, not too many. We'll open little by little by little. We're thinking of opening anywhere between 50 to 100 slots. So I'll let you know whenever we do it, right? I'll tell you in the YouTube community itself, you will get updated. I'll tell you well in advance only that we're going to open 50 or 100 slots. So whoever wants to join can join at that point. Right now it's closed. Fluid C rebalance month end, not today. We thought of doing today, but we're doing it on month end because when we did the back test of today and month end was better. So November end, we will do the back test. In fact, we're waiting for all the results to come out. Most of the results have come out, and most of the results in at least Fluid C basket have come out really well. And Fluid C basket, which was -1%, has now eventually recovered and come to Nifty, right? And in fact, now it's doing much better. So but Fluid C basket is a long-term basket, and I think when Muthoot Finance result came out in Fluid C, as it was a part of Fluid C, that did really well because it took the basket very, very, very high. So yes, that is nice. Any take on why auto is down? Ask auto is down daily. See, auto is basically losing its momentum and losing its steam, right? Because everything was factored into auto segment. Premiumization, then the real ones versus non-real ones will become a problem, right? So that is the way it goes. Okay. What else? Can we get a video about 7 bar framework performance? We cannot show performance, man. It's not allowed by SEBI. Then they will say that, see, Shashank is saying he got X% return, so come join my course. Then you know what will happen to me. So I cannot talk about my past performance, sadly. But yes, because it comes at a point where if I talk about my past performance, it might show that I am convincing people with fake promises, because past performance has nothing to do with future performance. So even if I got 50% or 100% or 1000% in the last performance, doesn't mean I will get the same thing in the future. Hence, by SEBI, it is not allowed to show the past performance. We only focus on the system and focus on the future performance. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Let me take 2 more questions, guys, before we call off the session. Okay. Views on BSC. What is going on with RateGain? Nothing's going on with RateGain. They've been doing acquisition after acquisition, one by one. They've been doing acquisition, right? So nothing's going on with RateGain. They're doing well after the acquisition. It's actually come up. They did a very big, heavy acquisition, right? And that is the reason why, Rahil, it's actually come up a lot. So it's not doing bad at all. It's actually quite good. Okay. 2026 watch list. Yes, that is the last part I wanted to discuss. Okay, so how I would play 2026 right now is very simple. I'm only going with some basic themes. Okay, if I had to make a watch list today, I'm trying to predict what would happen in the future. And if I had to play it very aggressively, this is what I would do, right? Now, what is going to happen in 2026? Look at this very clearly. Let me make a quick note about this. In 2026, if I had to predict where the market is going to go, number one, we have the banking and NBFC space. This will do well. Why? Rate cut cycle is going on, and corporate capex is also playing out, right? So corporates are taking loan at cheaper rate, and that is playing out. So for me, banking and NBFC will do well. And you know some of my banking and NBFC companies, but so many banking and NBFC companies have started this rally. They have just started. They've not even reached the peak, or a lot of people would call it as a peak. That is the first part. Second, what I would be playing is power continues to play for 2 reasons. One, the Feb first budget that is coming soon will have allocation to power because of the GW target. More in power, I would play transmission, because that is currently lagging versus solar, which is leading. That means solar is actually doing much better, and we have put a lot of capacity for solar, but transmission has not come in yet. So I would look at transmission companies more. Transmission / EPC companies is where I would look at, versus solar and leading companies, right? Now, coming to point number 3, which is the other sector I would play. So auto sector, I feel somehow is almost over. Jitna choosna tha choos liya. I think auto sector is slightly towards the peakish era. So I would not go with that. Hospitals are continuing to do well, and this is something I'm enjoying right now. Why? Because capex has been done, lot of beds going active for almost all companies, and there is some demerger plays happening also in this space. So I would keep my eye out for this, because if hospitals and capex, a lot of beds going active, there will be a lot of upside to play over here, because with low interest rates, it is easier for me to go and expand my hospitals and expand my beds. And hospitals today are doing well, plus defensible space. Number 4, I am seeing a uptick in pharma. And in pharma, I would say CDMO, the real ones, not the fake ones, not the guys who just do some crap and say I'm CDMO, not the generic ones. I would say the CDMO innovators, okay, or specialty innovators, or specialty pharma, okay. Leave it. I don't want to write this. Irritating me. CDMO innovator versus the non-CDMO innovator, where the 35% margin players is what I would look at definitely for 2026. And these 4 would definitely make a big pie of my portfolio. Whether it is large cap, mid cap, or small cap, doesn't matter, but this would play a very big pie in my portfolio right now. Hospitals is doing really well, as I told you. Power is doing well. Banking, NBFC is doing well. Auto, I'm feeling that it is going away. Mining and all, I think, is still too far away in hindsight. And I am accumulating exchanges, okay, because I feel exchanges today are at a low rate right now, with low P, everything low P, low market cap to sales, everything, and their cash flow rich business, right? And what I believe that the more India becomes rich, the exchanges will continue to do well. right? And these are your standard exchanges. You have so many exchanges, right? Capital market exchanges, right? Whether it's your NSDL, CDSL, BSC, NSC, MCX, etc., etc., etc. So all of the exchanges, CRISIL, not CRISIL is not an exchange, but capital market, CRISIL, IEX, a lot of these companies is where I'm continuing to invest in that. I'm continuing to hold them, and I'm continuing to accumulate them. Obviously, now I've done this video, so I cannot buy more for the next 5 days or sell for the next 5 days. But this is what I'm going to look at for the next 2026. This would be more as a 2027 play, more than 2027 to 2028 play. Okay. And looking at the BR elections today, seems like there might be 4 more years of the same government in the future. But that again, yeah, CAMs, all of them, the whole list, right? So this is what I would be looking at. This would be my allocation for 2026. I would be heavyweight on banking and NBFC. And also, if you see, because banking is doing well, your Nifty has also started doing well. Why? Because 35% of your Nifty is currently with financial services. So that is what I'm saying. So this is doing well. And we are seeing a very good result coming out. And in fact, the best results will come out in the next quarter, not even this quarter. Next quarter is when the better results will start coming out, as you guys know. And that is what I'm excited for, because when those results start coming out, we will have a good amount of time there, right? And I think that is when the fluid C would start shining, because fluid Q has nothing to do with anything, right? They will go according to how they need to go. But fluid C is something that needs to like really buck up and move up. Right now, if you see fluid C, which is a long-term fundamental basket, yesterday we saw that divergence happening with fluid C. As you can see here, we're just maybe 0.8% away, but now that fluid C is actually playing, and it covered a huge margin. But now, because all the results came out of these companies, like Muthoot ka result came out recently and all of that, and this is a pretty much large cap basket. As you can see, this is 55% large cap, only 11% mid cap, and 33% small cap, and only 9 stocks are in this basket. So it's a pretty much large cap heavy basket, and because large cap is doing well now, it is looking quite interesting right now. Okay, wonderful. Coming to a couple of quick announcements before I stop. Yeah, a lot of people are asking what happened to my leg. Nothing. I was playing cricket. I've been playing cricket 2 times a week, so I think that's little taking a strain on my body, and I twisted my ankle and my ligament got injured. So now a little bit of cast and all I'm putting, and I'm sitting because I can't walk without that. I'm heading to Bombay tomorrow for a week. I'm going to interview around 5 to 6 people in Bombay for the next whole week. So that is going to be a fun task over there. I'm taking more questions. I'll just check more stuff. Okay, this is number 2. Number 3, in Jan, we are going to have a lot of new announcements coming in. Now, these announcements, I only announce it to the YouTube members. I don't announce it anywhere else. Most of you guys don't even know that we have a 7-bar framework and all of that. So in Jan, we're going to launch a couple of 2 to 3 new offerings for people who might want to look at it. That's again later, or will be announced to the YouTube members first. In Jan or Feb, we might be doing another free offline event in Mumbai. Yes, I'm going to be bearing all the cost for these events for the first year. We already finished the one in Bangalore, which was amazing. We will be doing new studies and new learnings in the Bombay event. Again, that would be a limited seated event, absolutely free. There is no entry charge or there is no cost to it. So that is going to happen in Jan or Feb. I'm trying to figure out a venue when I go now. Bharat 2050 will be launching. That's another small case we're launching, which is the low cost small case, because a lot of people complained that the small case were expensive. So I listened to all of you guys. So we're going to do a low cost 5,000 rupee basket, which is a thematic basket. We're going to play 4 themes in that. Theme 1, theme 2, theme 3, theme 4. And it is all focused on Bharat 2050 kind of a approach, right? That is coming in, and we have 2 more offerings coming up in Jan, which I'm not going to reveal now. When the time is right, I will get everything ready and I will reveal that 2 more offerings when it comes as well. So yeah, a lot of things coming up after Jan. Till Jan, I want everyone to relax, have fun, enjoy, look at how the market's doing. Markets are doing well, so I'm not worried. By the way, for all the people who have invested in the small case, there is a WhatsApp group exclusively for you guys where I give market updates. If you are a part of small case and you bought it and you haven't been added to the group, please send me an email on support@shashankudupa.co.in. I will add you to that WhatsApp group. Send me an email with the screenshot of the small case that you've invested, either on the app or the invoice. I will add you to it. Awesome. Okay, let me just check anything else. Is it okay to invest in a small case today or wait for the rebalancing update on December 3rd? You can, I think you can take it. You can take it whenever you want. But yeah, rebalancing is going to happen month end. Both baskets, fluid Q and C, will happen on 30th of November will be the rebalancing date. I think 30th of November is a Sunday. So yeah, 1st December itself, you will get the rebalance update, and that is when you can take a call. Both baskets will be rebalanced there, right? Awesome. Waiting for 2050 Bharat. We are also waiting for 2050 Bharat. What else? That's it. Awesome. That's it, guys. Any doubts, any questions? You know, the comment section is there. I'm here also live in person, not AI. A lot of people still think that is AI and all of that, but no, live here with a broken leg. So I will see you guys soon. Again, take care, have fun, and I enjoy these weekly live conversations with you guys because it's fun to come and sit and chat with you guys. Okay, awesome. I will see you soon. Bye bye. Take care. See you.